As we continue our discussion of describing data visually, it's important that we spend some time looking at the scatterplot. The scatterplot is a very useful type of diagram for investigating the relationship that may exist between two variables. Very often we may have a number of observations in our data set for which we have captured more than one variable. So we have pairs of values, pairs of observations, one from each variable, that corresponds to one observation. And we're very often interested in understanding how those two variables relate to each other. The video that we watched looked at the relationship between weight and height of 7-year-old boys, for example. So very often it's important for us to try to understand, as one variable increases, does the other variable increase? Or does it decrease? Do the two variables move together up and down? Or do they move opposite to each other? Maybe as the x variable increases, the y variable decreases. Or perhaps there is no apparent relationship at all. As x moves up and down, y sometimes moves up, sometimes moves down, sometimes it doesn't change at all. And we can capture that information in a visual manner using a scatterplot. So we can construct a scatterplot, and we want to take a look at how these points are scattered, and very often we're specifically interested in how they're scattered around some straight line. And when we talk about the relationship, very often we're talking about the linear relationship between two variables. Now, it is quite possible, and we will do this towards the end of our QBA course, we will look at relationships that are not linear. But very often when we look for a relationship between two variables, especially when we're quantifying it with a correlation coefficient, we're interested in looking for a linear relationship. But we may find relationships in our scatter plot that appear not to be linear, but that still is a valid relationship for us to look at. What we want to know, as I said, is there a tendency for one variable to move together with, in concert with, the other variable, or in opposition to the other variable. And that wraps up this little segment of our discussion.